So much information, man. Give a couple of minutes, see if anybody comes back on. I've been on all day. I haven't even had lunch. And it's 6 already, my goodness. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh. An amazing day today. I had such a great time having such a great conversation with someone, and it's just amazing that there's people out here that are individual. I don't even like saying people because these are special individuals that my God, just work so hard, and their journeys are amazing. Like, and being in this business, like nothing is limitless, you know? Like, there's no limit to where you can go, who you can meet, who you can work with, who you can interview with, who you can sing with, who you can dance with. Like, it's all about you, and it all starts with yourself, you know? To be honest with you, it all starts with yourself. You know, you have to be a certain individual with a certain level of faith or some type of belief to kind of just involve yourself, you know what I mean? But I just had an amazing 2-hour conversation with Law, who is a songwriter, producer, multi-talented musician. I mean, has played with everyone, has a mark in like every type of music from God knows when, since young. And it just, you know, these are individuals that you need to surround yourself with. And I've been blessed. Hey Patron, right now you're with me because I just literally got off a live and I got right back on, so they probably tired me today. Who cares? How's everything doing? You know, it's just so inspiring. It's just really inspiring. And you know, everybody, sometimes people think like, oh, well, that's him, I'm never gonna get to that, or that's not my goal. That's fine, but you can always succeed in life if you don't give up. And just follow your dream or passion or fire. And there's a lot of people out here that don't have fire. There really is a lot of people that don't have fire, and it's a sad thing. I can't even imagine what life would be with no fire. You know, like I'm hitting up a certain age, and I was sitting here yesterday. Actually, I was sitting here today working out, and I'm like, yo, I'm so happy about where I'm at this age, and this certain year that I've hit. This will be like maybe my 5th year in June that I've been involved, and it's been amazing. You know, it has really been a blessing. It's very surreal to me still, and there's so much in the plan, there's so much in the mind. I don't even sleep at night at this point. I'm going to bed at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not staring into space. I'm on my phone, which is the problem. Put your phones down, shut your phones off, because it's keeping us up, besides D-Nice being on every night. But you know, I'm promoting, I'm making flyers for the show, you know, for the artists. I'm connecting, I'm emailing, I'm, you know, adopted a new baby, not a physical form baby, but a career baby. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. And it's a lot of fun. And now I kind of understand why people don't sleep in this business, because you're just anxious all the time. Things got to get done. And, you know, people take on huge projects, you know, filmmakers, producers, you know, managers, no matter what field you're in. And it's like, it just doesn't end. And it's right. It's like having a baby. It does not end. You know, you lose sleep at night when you have a baby, right? You want to hold your baby all the time. You want to be around your baby all the time. You'll do anything for the baby, no matter what it is. And that's kind of what it is to have passion. So I always say this is my baby, and she's a beautiful thing. And yeah, this quarantine has been really good to me. I say it all the time. I feel amazing. Hey guys, I just want to give you guys some love because you guys been checking me out all day. Check out the lives. They're up on IGTV. Share them. I'm gonna edit them. I say later on, but I know that once I get off of this, I'll be editing just to put it up because that's just how I am. And it's like, why hold on to these things when I can just do it now? Because then it just pens and you keep thinking about it, and you're like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then the anxiety just keeps going. I want to say hello to Begones is in here. I'm sorry about my accent because, you know, I'm not fluent in Spanish. I do here and there. I want to say what's up to Patron Connections. Felix, he's in the business too. He's a boxing manager. He's a artist manager. Me and him are building a bond, I must say. I know him from the business. I know him actually, I think I remember meeting him at the festival, 116th, because he works the stages, the Daily News stage. And I was back there, you know, I have access to all of that. So I think that's how I met him. Hey, Mount Haven Film Festival. And thank you, love, for joining us. And it was always in passing. Hey, what's up? You know, keep it moving or whatever. But, you know, people start to look at how you work and how you present yourself and vice versa. And then people just want to connect with you, vice versa. So, yeah, we'll be working on some stuff later on in the future. We won't talk about anything because we just don't talk. We just do action. What's up, Bobby? Adelante. Oh, my God. Legends in the house. You know, I've been on the phone, I've been on chat all day with Legends. And he brought so many legends to the live because they know him. So I had like Ike Turner's, I don't know, grandson. I had Shaka Khan's daughter. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. Like inside, I was like, oh my God. So it was just a dope ass interview. We went for 2 hours. We logged off. He hit me up. He was like, yo, we could keep going. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Because we had gotten into a certain conversation about youth and, you know, our children and our black and brown men and boys. And it cut off. So I was like, no, we need to talk about this. We actually need to talk about it. He just hit me up right now. But yeah, please check him out. He's an amazing person in the business. His name is Law. He goes by the name of Law. His real name is Lawrence. You know, he's part of P-Funk that was down with George Clinton back in the day. He played for Amy Winehouse, Rick James, Tina Marie, Bruno Mars. Like the list just goes on. So just do your research. This is why I want to give flowers to individuals that have been in the business for a long time and may not be known because they've been in the back for so long. You know, whether they're the musical directors of a music group or a band or producer, songwriter, you know, we only see the face of what presents that to us. So we don't get to see who really is doing the fucking work. Excuse my language, but these are people that are doing the work. And right now we have Bobby Adelante in here who has done the work. I grew up with salsa. I grew up with merengue. I grew up with all of that. My parents listened to classics. We listened to Grant Gambo and Mark Anthony and La India and I mean Hector Lavoe and I mean there's so many. I'm just coming to whatever's in my brain right now. But I did an interview with Tito Nieves when he was doing I Like It Like That. And I met some staff there and I was blessed to come across him because I believe you were the music director if you're still here. And they started giving me the list of everything he has done. And I was like, whoa, this is legend right here. Like how come I didn't know about you till now? But you know what? I'm at an age right now that I embraced it. And now we follow each other. And he came to Nightline to visit. I think he came by he stopped by when I had Speedy, Noel Mercado from Fever Records and 103.9 KTU and all of that. Wepa Man, not the original Wepa Man, but the original Wepa Man actually gave him the permission to use that word, and he just ran with it, you know, because he was out there and he was representing for us. Just a little fun fact. But I embraced it, and now, you know, now we're buddies. We don't talk a lot, but we know each other, and if I ever need to reach out to him, I know I can probably reach out to him. And he stopped by and he showed love on the show, and he was a sweetheart, and he did so much. So I give you flowers too, and whenever you want to come on and talk to our Latino community and everybody else who's interested, let's do it. Let's do it. We have to do it now before we don't get to it, God forbid. That's my thing, you know. Let's do it now. I want to thank everybody for joining me live. I'm just digressing right now because I had a 3 o'clock interview with DSN and did a whole hour with that, and then I jumped on for 2 hours with my guests that I've been promoting. So please check those videos out. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am not the one to put things in your face. It's like, you're gonna support me or not. The world keeps moving, the essence will keep going. But it does take a village, and show some love. I got some good content up there. I have years in the experience in this industry. I've interviewed so many people. I don't even like to brag about who I've interviewed, but I've interviewed legends. So we're just trying to keep that momentum going. Any questions, you can put them down here. If not, it's all good. Hey, Mario Machete, how are you? That's kind of a name to go by, right? Raymond Bordy 25, Mont Haven's in the house. Please support the Mont Haven Film Festival. Right now we're at a halt, and it's all good. You know, check out their website. They have virtual stuff going on and free too. They're located in Mont Haven, Bronx, and basically they're giving filmmakers a platform and Latinos a platform to debut what they what have they been working on, you know what I mean? So shout out to you guys. Anna, thank you, my love. Bana, thank you for joining us. I don't know if you're still here, but you are so supportive with all my posts. And thank you so much, because I believe that you said that you were in the military or something, or the army, so that's really nice. But yeah, I was just jumping on to say what's up. What's going on with me? Today's Thursday. Of course. You know, my job, this is my job. My job is to be, let me see. My job is to assist. Oh, you are there. Yes, they're accepting applications, and I believe they opened that up for more time as well because of what we're going through. Honduras. I mean, we got Honduras in the house. How is Honduras doing with this whole quarantine? If you want to put it in the comments real quick, I'm kind of interested how you guys are getting through that. My job is to give a platform. My job is to welcome you. My job is to promote you. My job is to put your story out there. My job is to put whatever events you have going out there. And of course, I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to be very transparent with you. I don't do it for everyone, you know? You're trying to get these soldiers in line. I love it. Time to get in line. If you want me to do a message to show them, I'll do it. Because our soldiers are very important, you know? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's not a lot of us doing that. There's not a lot of us doing what I'm doing. You know, being Latina is hard sometimes because you don't want to be put in a box. And I'm not your typical Latina, but I do got the sass, let me tell you. And I am from the BX all my life, so I definitely have that vibe to me. And I love being who I am, and I love being Puerto Rican, and I love our flag, and I love our island. I love the resistance and the resilience that we have, and it's just amazing. I do have a shirt, and I have a hoodie too. What size do you wear? I'm about to put in some new merchandise for some masks that say Get In Line. As soon as I get that together, I'll just post them up. But I actually want to like put the proceeds to some type of organization or foundation to help out. You know, I don't want that money. I'm good with it. So yeah, the mask will be coming soon. And the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Wow. So you guys are going through it. And I just want to give my shout out to you guys. And if you ever need me to do like a video for you guys to just inspire or to just show a different face, just let me know. Hey, Cuban. What up, homie? What's going on? Cuban Link is in the building. That's right. The BX is in the building. Miss Michelle is in the building. Thank you so much for joining the live for 2 hours. Law was amazing. He's an amazing business, music industry genius. You know, it was an honor to sit on live for 2 hours with him and just talk about the business and everybody he's worked with and wrote with and played with. I mean, he's worked with legends. I mean, Rick James, Tina Marie, Bruno Mars, Rihanna, The Time, Prince, Harry Connick Jr. I mean, come on, get with it if you ain't with it. But yeah, you know, just my position here is to be humble. And I mean, I'm humble as it is. I'm a humble person and I love what I do. And I have a lot of different personalities, so I'm able to be very versatile, which is a great thing. You know, I know how to keep a certain way when inside my brain is, y'all don't really know the real. You know, the great side of me. No, I'm just playing. But I am a Gemini. There is a little craziness there. But what you guys always see is because that's how I feel. This is what it makes me feel like. Sometimes I check myself out and I be like, damn, who's this girl? Who's this badass chick from the BX? You know, it took me a while to get there. Can I make a suggestion? I would like to see you interview Hispano in the military. You have a lot of famous military men and women who are Hispanic. You know, let me write that down real quick. Is he in the army now? All right, hit me up behind the scenes and we'll talk. I'll talk to you after this, all right? Because we need to show our soldiers support too. They're out there fighting. We don't even know what's going on over there. They're like overshadowed at this point because of just this whole COVID and, you know, essential workers and all. But this is what they do day in and day out. They're away from their families. A lot of them are dying. I don't even know what the COVID over there is about. Like, I can't even imagine. So I don't know. Maybe we should do an interview and talk about military life right now, you know, and show some shine on you amazing men and females. There are female soldiers, right? I know they're female in the militaries and the services. So, which I still hear that there's a stigma with that females in the service are easy and, you know, just lay one up. And, that's disgusting. First of all, I'm a woman. I don't even know what that would be like for me to even have. First of all, to go through the training is one thing. And then to be overseas with a bunch of men. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of females, but it's male dominant. I mean, let's not be stupid. It's like being in the police force. Like, you have to demand your respect. And if not, it's crazy. Planet, don't judge me. I was just thanking everybody for tuning into our live and thanking you and talking about you. And then it just went into other things. I'm off of this after this. I got things to do. I can't be on live all day, but I talk to my people because I love my people. So I couldn't imagine what that is for a female to be in the military, dealing with all of that, you know, dealing with the discrimination and the sexism that goes on over there, you know. So I just want to like give you guys flowers too, because you guys don't get a lot of recognition, and you guys are, I'm just playing, baby. 26 years is a very long time. That's like life, you know, and you're not interjecting at all. You actually gave me an idea, and I think that we should speak. We should definitely speak. There's a lot of families that are militant There's a lot of people that don't have their partners or family members with them at this time too. That you guys are probably stuck over there. I really don't know how all this is working. I'm very interested to know, to have a different type of conversation. And that's the thing I've noticed and want to expand my discussions. You know, I love music. I love celebrities. Oh my God, to talk to people I grew up listening to and now they're my friends and I could just hit them up on a freaking text. Like, that is like surreal to me. And I can't even wait to get to bigger ones, you know what I mean? Because I have a list of people. Trust I have a list. And I, you know, if anybody could assist, great. And if not, it still would get done, no matter what. Even if I have to send 1,000 fucking emails, you know, because in this business, you have to be consistent, persistent. And I've been complimented by that. Even Ralph McDaniels told me, like, yo, your hustle game is crazy. And you're persistent and consistent. And you're pretty and you're fucking humble. You got this. Because you just have to be after people. I'm not saying annoy people, harass people, you know, don't get attitude or like, oh, fuck you. You know, I've been texting you. Even though in your head, you be like, this motherfucker. You know, there's certain people that I've been around and meet me. And then when it's time to talk business, it's like, where they at? What happened? Ignoring text messages, emails. It's like, all right, cool. It ain't the time yet. That's all. It's not the time. And I don't need you. I can just hop over you. That's all. I'm just going, you know, I come from corporate world too. So I was just, you know, you just want to climb up the ladder and chain of command, right? You don't want to overstep anybody. Sometimes you want to build relationships with the people before the celebrity, because those are the people that work their ass off. They're the most humblest people too. They will be the ones to help you. You know, it's not always the big names that you have to go after. There's people behind the scenes that are busting their ass, that have history, that have credits that you would be amazed at. And they're the ones that are going to help you, not the main person, you know? So you got to just stay with it. You got to stay with it. But my thing is that my world is so big now. My platform has grown so much that because I have so many personalities and I love talking about different things, because I can pretty much be very versatile and adapt to things. I'm a Gemini, so I have like all these different things going on. I want to talk about issues. You know, that's what I'm about too. I have entertainment, I have panels, I have food, I have drinks, I have legends, you know, I have performances, I have book writers and authors, I've had actors on the show. You know, I just had recently Crazy Legs and Joe Conzo talking about old school hip hop and the Bronx and breaking and where all that came from. I've interviewed Luis Antonio Ramos from Do the Right Thing, and who's a legend, Latino. I mean, the list goes on, but the discussions are important. Fatherhood, motherhood, mental health, mental illness. People are scared to talk about anything that's mental. People are scared of. I don't freaking know why. Your mind is an amazing thing. You know, your mind is what pushes you to do what you got to do. Your messages come to you through, you know, thinking process. So these are conversations we need to have. And I definitely would love to interview you, or not even interview, just talk. Because I don't interview, I talk. I have a conversation with you. We talk about, you know, upbringing and we go back. You know, like with Cuban Link, I got so many compliments on that interview because I brought out another side of Cuban Link that nobody really sees. Everybody sees him and wants to talk about Terror Squad and Tony Sunshine and the beef and all this bullshit that don't even matter anymore. It's negativity, and you can't grow in your career if you're always speaking about the same bitter, negative shit. You know what I mean? How do you grow in a career when someone just puts a stigma on you? It's like when I interviewed DMX's ex-wife, Tashira Simmons. She talked about him. We were open with it. That was it. It was an amazing interview. It was very shocking too. The second time I wanted to interview her, it was not a problem. We didn't get to it yet. But she made sure that she told me, if I interview with you, DL Sense, I just want to make sure that we don't have to go back to talk about him. I have my own things going on. I'm living a whole new life. I'm happy. Blah, 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 blah. I said, no problem. Why would I want to talk to you again about what we already talked about in the past? It doesn't do nothing for you. So why do that? Because of the clout? If you do your research, you'll know Simmons is DMX, you know, or Reverend Run, or you'll figure it out. We don't need to talk about him. Do your research, you know? So we have to start talking new stuff and stop with the old stuff. You know, we don't want to talk about past mistakes anymore. I'm a whole new person after 20 years, and we're still talking about something that happened 20 years ago. Yeah, I'll put it straight out for you. I'll tell you, but let's move on. And that's why the Cuban link was very successful. Please tune in. That's on YouTube. You know, what's so funny about Cuban was everybody, you know, there were people that were in my ear saying, Cuban? He hasn't been up to nothing. Cuban, he's a regular around the way dude. No, he actually was a stone in our hip-hop movement when it became Latin-based out of the Bronx, of Terror Squad and Fat Joe and Big Pun and all of that. And that was a very monumental moment in music. We embraced it. It put the Latinos on the map, and he was part of that. And he was active in it. You know, he wasn't just in the background all the time. He made songs. He was on tracks. He was actually one of my favorites too. I loved his voice. It reminded me of Tupac at times, you know, just like the bass of it. I loved the eyebrow. He was a good looking dude, you know. And I was all for it. Like, who's this Cuban guy? You know, it was just different. So I kind of held off a little bit because I wasn't too sure how I would work the interview. I kind of wanted to break ice with him first to see if he would even be open and if he was ready for it. And he was coming out with a new single, and it just happened. And it was one of my favorite times on set. You know, he came in dressed up. He looked good. He was ready to be transparent as he wanted to be because, you know, not everybody wants to put everything out there, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But we talked about him coming from Cuba as a kid to New York City and how he ended up in the Bronx. We talked about his schooling that he has. We talked about his family. And then we went into Terror Squad, and then we went out of Terror Squad, and it was a great interview, and it has the most views on YouTube right now for the Diasen show, which is crazy. I'm just happy that, you know, when you want to do something, you want to interview someone, or be around someone, don't let anybody be in your ear and knock that, you know? People are going to hate. People are going to hate on you. People are going to hate on your guests. People may hate on your show. Whatever the case may, whatever. Get in line. You know, I don't care if you want to see Cuban Link or not. I'm just using him as an example. Because people, let me tell you something. He got fans, and he got loyal fans. He got loyal fans. Trust when I say that. He got a lot of fans. And I had a lot of people hit me up and say, yo, that was one of the best interviews I ever seen with Cuban. Just because you got him to talk about real shit. Not the bullshit that we always hear every freaking year. That's already like 20 years old. Who cares? Yo, he got people. So it was a great show. So I was just using him as an example. But like, don't let anybody tell you can't reach for somebody. You know? I used to be intimidated. Like, oh, I can't reach them. Little old me. Now I just do it. You never know. You never know who grabs it. Who is watching you. You know? You never know who's watching you. And that's why you always have to stay humble. You have to present yourself a certain way. Lately, I've been on live and you've heard me cursing. You've seen some frustrated moments with this whole COVID and how people are handling it. You know, I've been very real with you guys lately. He is real. He is real. And, you know, there's always going to be things that you can't talk about because of politics or because you just don't want to be like the focal point of like tension. You know, some things are still very sensitive in certain situations, and that whole situation is still sensitive, you know, and I was nervous about it. I didn't want to ever bring something out of him that we didn't want to see, you know. So I wanted to bring him in and make him feel very comfortable, and I made sure of that. And he told me I was very professional but very fun. And that meant a lot. That meant a lot because I knew that it was a different environment for him, and he was great at it. He was great with it, and now we're cool. You know, every you know, I'm not a host that just has people on the show and then that's it. No, these people become friends, associates, networking partners, advisors, buddies. You know, some I can't even say some. I can't even say some because everybody I've interviewed, I kept in touch with. The only one I have not kept in touch with was Tito Nieves in La India. But La India reposted one of my posts the other day, and I hit her up and I was like, thank you so much again for that honor of interviewing you in the street at 4 a.m. on a freaking Saturday 2 summers ago. It was awesome. For the ones that are just tuning in, I want to make an announcement. You will be able to hear the Essence show on a radio platform. You know, radio is my first love, and I did radio for a little while. You know, I did Ladies Night with Roxy Digital on 103.9 I think like 2 summers ago or whatever. You know, I've been around, but I never like became a personality on radio. And I was, you know, now I'm okay with that. Now I'm okay with that because I'm in love with television, and this is where it is. This is the path, and if radio comes later, then that's just another platform. But so right now, you know, digital world is crazy. The radio is actually dying out, and that's very disappointing. And I guess maybe that's a part of why I don't really care to be part of it so much, because radio has died down. You know, unless you have like a syndicated show or a morning show and people really know you, those are the fun things, like 105 Breakfast Club or the Andrew Martinez Show or Howard Stern, like things like that. Those are fun. Those are talk shows. You can talk, you can interview, you can connect. When you don't, you just have to play music and have like little bits of promoting a product or promoting sponsorships or events that are happening, and then maybe like a topic, and you do some call-ins, and then that's it. And then the rest of the time you're just switching board. But right now we are in the digital world, and it took me a while for me to say and accept everything that I just said to you guys, because I used to be like, I don't care. I want old school radio. I want to be personality on the mic. And people kept telling me, yo, D, that's not where it's at. You can shine so many other places. That's not where it's at. And after I did the 103.9 FM in New York City with Roxy Digital and them, I started to see that, yeah, this is not really it. And actually, that station ended up, they play music. Dougley Hoogley is up on there. You know, he does his syndicated show remotely or whatever. But it's really not that popping. So anyway, all that to say is the digital world, it is popping. People love podcasts. People love to hear a voice. So I have joined CBTV Radio with 950 Kev and 950 Lounge, because that's my radio family. And they brought me on the team. And I will be having my own, like, the Essence show, radio-based. How cool is that? And it's, like, on so many platforms. Like, when I say platforms, platforms. And you may not be familiar with the network, and that's because we're new. I'm not going to lie. But they do have a beautiful studio in Queens. So that's where 950 Lounge broadcast is from. I've been there a couple of times too, so it's a lot of fun. They were at the Matrix before at DSN with DWI, who I interviewed earlier with. So that's how everything just comes around. And so CBTV Radio is new, but radio.net is not new. So that has like every type of like streaming going on. So just check us out. We're going live on June 1st. And I think I believe my first debut is the day before my birthday, which is crazy, right? See, those are little messages. You have to pay attention to those messages. I took it as a message. Like, look, you're reaching a certain age. You always wanted to be on radio. This is a time that you're ready for it, because now you have so much content and so many good shows. Like, why not? Yeah, this is it. This is my radio presence. So I took the offer, and June 6th will be debuting. It's going to be every Saturday. I'll be posting up. You guys are going to get sick of it, and I don't care. You don't promote yourself. Who's going to do it? You know what I mean? And it's going to be an hour-long show, and it's going to be on every Saturday at 12 p.m. So please tune in to radio.net, CBTV Radio. You can also check out 950 Lounge. They have a panel of about 5 to 6 of them. My girl Stephanie is in there. as well. So there's girl power there with like 5 other guys. So can you imagine? Or 4 other guys, or is it 3? It's usually 3, but then they have the 4th guest or whatever. Amazing Pearl. So yeah, just support the movement, and thank you so much. Yeah, you know, you have to treat everything as a big deal, because no one's gonna do it for you if you don't, and that's the thing. It may not be a big deal to you that I'm on radio, so fucking what? You don't have to listen, that's fine. My goal is to get to people who are not watching my IG. My goal is to get worldwide, and for my name, The Essence, to be out there. For the ones who don't know me, there's so many people in this world. You just can't stay in a bracket. You can't stay in one place. So why not spread the voice? And if this is worldwide and there's so much, not viewership, but like listeners, this is the way to go. You know, I mean, I have a list of the outlets. You guys can see it on my page because I posted it up. Hey, moderator. I was talking about you a little earlier to DSN, to DWI. I was on his live doing an interview, which was kind of fun. We were having some difficulties. It wasn't nobody's fault. It was just the traffic. You know, there's a lot going on with media trafficking, and everybody's on it. You know, everybody's on it. So, I mean, just, you know, again, I'm gonna mention his name, but like, if you go on to D-Nice's, there's only 20,000 people on there using their phones, right? Imagine 20 more thousand people doing lives with 20 more thousand viewers. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So I was just speaking about you. I gave you a shout out. I don't know if you were tuning in or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to get off this because I've been on this all day. I did a great workout today, so I feel very good. But I'm tired. And I still have to do some stuff personal. I have to set up some meetings, and I have to thank my guest for today. I want to reach out to him again and just thank him for giving me some time and just being so freaking humble. I love people that have so much on the resume and they can still sit there and say, all right, I don't know who The Essence is, but let me do some research. Let me see if this show is my type of format or demographic. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, I trust it to be, because I don't reach out to people that are not with it, you know what I mean? But everybody has a decision making to do, including myself. There's times that I've been asked to do things and I'm just like, I'm not really sure if I want my name to be put out to your type of audience. No offense, but you just don't want to do just anything. You don't want to put your name on just anything. You know, especially when you have substance and when you're serious about your brand. My brand is my baby, and I take care of it, and I'm very protective over it, and I will fight for it, you know, and it's all law approved, well, government approved. You know, I have to protect myself because, you know, the name and the GetInLine is very catchy, you know, and I can't afford to lose that. So you know, that's my moneymaker. That's my brand. There's going to be the Essence show, GetInLine, every day on your TV set eventually. You know, I plan to be on red carpets at award shows, and The Essence, GetInLine will be there. The mic will say GetInLine. Like, this is serious shit. So you have to protect yourself. You have to be selective. You know, I'm past the stage of just getting guests that are... This, you know, I don't know how to say this without sounding crazy, but I think whoever's listening knows me very well and how I've been for the last years, and know that I'm very humble. But there's a certain time in your career that you have to start building with new people. You have to move up your clients, even in business. You know, you start community based. You know, you do things for free. You know, you want to put your name everywhere. You want people to know you. You're thirsty for attention. You know, and then after a while, you start growing. You become more confident, and you start getting credit, and you start working. And that changes. You start reaching out to different people that you can grow with where you want to get to. So you leveling up. Thank you, Michelle. You level up. And that's why that song is dope as shit. And everybody be, level up, level up, level up. But it's the truth. Level up in life. Level up with yourself. Get in fucking line. That's what the motto is. So if you don't aim for those people, you're not going to get them. You know, there's times I say, oh my God, why did I just reach out to this artist? They're going to be like, who the fuck is the Essence from the Bronx? Who's that? But you never know. You know, give them time. Let them look at you, see who you're interviewing. You know, people are followers. People are followers. There's been times, well, not really. You know, I've been so blessed that I really don't get rejected, like with interviews and stuff. And that's a blessing. That says a lot. That says a lot. You know? Damn, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, but you have to keep reaching. Like, let them look at you. Let them research you and see how serious you are. You know? And then they'll reach out to you. And people are followers. People follow. So if they want to reject you, and let's say you have their best friend on the next day, or like some celebrity, it's like, oh, okay. I had an artist or two that was like, no, I'm good. Okay. You know, it stings. Rejection always stings. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't born into business. This is all training for me. You know, I've had to get in line a lot of times. Don't take it personal, D. You know, don't think this person says no because it's you. Or, oh my God, why my followers are more not up? Or why I only have this amount of people on my live? Or, you know, stop comparing yourself to people. Stop comparing yourself to people. And this IG thing, I'm going to research this because this IG thing has this number up here that says 4 people watching, right? People may come in here and say, oh, there's only 4 people in here. But there's been more than 4 people that have come into this chat. And I know that for a fact when I interview guests. So I'm not sure how this works. Is it 4 people that are just coming in now on top of the other 4 or 5 people that are already here? Or did people come in and leave and now 4 people are only here actively listening? I don't know how that works. I gotta research that. Because I don't know, just like, you can't tell me that I have, you know, you can't say that you have an amazing guest on your live that people are like interacting with and have fans and all, and then there's only 3 people watching, but it's a great, like, it just doesn't add up to me. So it is what it is. And, you know, I've had to get over that too. You know, you can change 4 people's lives. Right now I'm talking to a small, very personal, intimate audience. That's all. So there's 5 people watching me right now actively, and the other people come and go. Okay, that's kind of how I feel. So then at the end, that's when it says plus 70 or 80 plus, and it sucks that you can't even see who came in. You can't see comments anymore. They definitely changed, you know. But yeah, you can reach. You know, I had to get over that. Oh my God, there's only 3 people watching. It doesn't happen too much, but you know, sometimes it's 10 people. You never know who you're talking to. And then you post it up and people just start watching anyway. And people come and go. Not everybody's attention span is long. Not everybody's going to want to listen to everything you have to say. I might be strolling by, see what Diason's talking about. All right, now I'm going to go to Crazy Legs and see what he's playing. I do it all the time. Sometimes I just come in, give a number, show my support, and I'm out. That's it. It's not a big deal. You don't have to sit here and listen to me for a fucking hour when I've been on for 3 hours already. You know what I mean? But you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. Somebody reached out to me today and was like, yo, I've been watching you. And I'm like, what? I've been watching you and I know the name and I remember the name and now you're on and I get to meet you. And it's just like, wow, you just never know who's watching you. There was some time back back a few years ago, Darren Henson, who did NSYNC, J-Lo, Backstreet Boys, his choreographer. He did MTV. He did the workout thing. He's an actor on Soul Food. He does movies. What is it? Stomp the Yard. He did all that. Hold on. Let me put my my charger on. Espérate. They give me 5%. I was not following. Give me 1 second, guys. I was not following. I knew him from the 90s. I knew him from MTV days and VH1 and the videos and stuff, but I wasn't following him. I wasn't like a fan like that. I would never have thought about him. And he somehow, sorry guys, he somehow came across me and hit me up on some randomness and was like, yo, I've been checking you out and you're simply amazing. And I say that humbly always because I got work to do and I got a lot of work to do. And I'm not the best host and I'm not the best personality, but I know I got something because just of how people react. I've been watching you and I think you would be amazing to host this idea that I have. And it's going to be a one-to-one actor studio question event with Lisa, who I already knew because she was dating a friend of mine back in the, before, who's a sweetheart. And I grew up listening to, so I was like ecstatic. And thank you, love. Thank you so much. I gotta check with you, Michelle, because I know that you're a new follower. Hey, True School Wear. Hey, Pana still. Hi, guys. And then it was with, oh my God, what's his name? Freedom from CNC Music Factory. And I was like, oh, Freedom. I remember Freedom. And who else? And then it was him. And we did it. He came from LA to the Bronx because he was Bronx native. But now he lives in LA, obviously. He came from LA. And he stayed in the Bronx for a little bit. And I got him a venue that we can have the event. And we promoted the shit out of it. And, there came some things that weren't so great between... there was moments, I should say. It was a great experience. It was a success. Monifa was there. My mom was there. People in the business were there for me. There's a few more other people. I got to interview Freedom and relive that whole CC Music Factory days. And he was sexy as hell. He was great. I tried to get him on the DSN show. He said no problem, but he said he wasn't coming to the Bronx. So I was like, all right. Method Man told me the same thing. I'm not going to the Bronx. So I'm still working on meth. I met him and I never want to change that day. So sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Let things just be what it was, Sometimes you have to just grab that moment and let it be till the next time, So yeah, we did that and it was an amazing situation. But yeah, sometimes you have to just not keep people in your arena. That's all I'm going to say. But it was a pleasure working with him and meeting him and to be recognized, which was amazing. Girl, I'm still working on the Method Man, but, I'm taking a break from that because sometimes who you want is not who you need right now. And like I said, I've met him before and it was an amazing experience. Hug, kiss, pictures, shout out. I mean, it's on my IG. You guys can see that. It was a year or two back. It was everything I wanted and prayed for him to be. And I just don't need it replaced yet. Let's just say that. But I do want him to know my name. He knows my name. He was like, oh, it's you, The Essence. Because I was sending videos and doing lives. And everybody knew I was looking for him for a whole year. People were tagging him. Ruben Diaz, our Bronxboro president, would come on my show and be like, Method Man, you better get in line and come to the show. So I had people vouching for me. It was amazing. And then when I got him, it was an emotional moment. It was like, wow, first of all, someone's really listening to my desire to get this guest. I actually put it out there and I believed that I was going to get him. I never thought I would get him, ever. Method Man, he was like my first hip-hop crush ever. Even with the blunt in his mouth and the fro and all that. He was just simply amazing. And it just happened. I owe that to Dice Brooklyn, who's the DJ for Redman and Method Man. They were doing what is the place? It's closed now. Oh my God. Anyway, they were in New York and they had BB King's. They were in BB King's Thanksgiving weekend. I think it was 2017. I wasn't working at the moment. And so I was on my hustle. And they never come to New York. And right when they put out that flyer to buy tickets, I went fucking ballistic. I became so emotional and I said, this is my time. This is when it's going to happen on this day. God has listened to my prayers and put this concert here in New York. And I was working with Eddie B. Swift at Nightline Radio. And he knew the DJ. And he knew how bad I wanted Method Man. And he just reached out and was like, yo, can you connect the dots here? Because this girl's been on her shit. And I paid my ticket, and I waited patiently for like a couple of weeks, so anxious, like, oh my God. And I met Dice, and we hung out, and he gave me an all access pass, and he was like, yo girl, do your thing. And I was like, oh. And I was backstage, and I saw all of it, and it was amazing. And then I was in his dressing room because they made sure that I met him. And it was just like a day come true. All right, I gotta get off it. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Anyway, it's 7 o'clock. I didn't do my thank yous outside. I hear my fellow community giving their thanks. So I know that's my time to go. I've been on this all day. I need to eat. I skipped lunch. Now I gotta eat dinner before my time slot is up because I am fasting. I would think that I was so tired, but it actually gives me a lot of energy. So I need to eat before my time limit is up. You guys can do whatever you put your mind to do. Trust when I say that. There's times I sit here and I'm like, who am I? Who is this? But it is what it is. Thank you. You like my little bun, my little messy bun? So BX, right? I love the Bronx. I really do. You know, I just wish that we can be a safer place. For people to want to come, because we have a stigma, and people are constantly coming at me with that. Oh, the Bronx. Oh God. Oh, you fucking crazy over there. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes I look at the news too, and I also work for the community board, and sometimes I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, why are we acting this way? And it's sad. It's sad. But the Bronx is a beautiful place. Where I live, I'm right by the highway. I see my sunsets every day. I chill on my terrace. It's quiet. I can go out morning, night, midnight, 4 in the morning. Nobody will fuck with me. You know, you have to be safe though, of course. Yeah, Mr. Carl Thomas. I'm over all of that. I'm over Carl Thomas. I'm over Cisco. I'm over all of it. Of course, Mario Machete. Where are you from? Do I know you personally? Because I know a Mario that is a car dealer. Is that you? Does that happen to be you? Hey, Flavor. Graffiti Forever, yes. Our pioneers. You know, the Bronx is a very inspiring, gorgeous place. Even the South Bronx is historical. You know what I mean? I'm not giving up, my haven. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying I'm letting it breathe, because I have so many other people that are on my list. You know what I mean? You need Carl? Well, then you need to hit up Carl and refer me and say, Mr. Carl Thomas, get in line for the D. Ustin show. I'm a fan and I want to see you on her show. He'll look at it because he looked at mine. Cisco looks at mine too. He likes my posts and everything. He just does. We just can't get him on a freaking interview. Not yet. So, you know, we live in a beautiful borough. It is safe over here. You can come over to the BX. You do not need a razor blade or any of that. But we do have areas that are not the greatest, and that's anywhere. Brooklyn, Queens, everybody got their hood. Everybody got their hood. I'm not a hood girl, but I work in the hood. And that's an adjustment. It's an adjustment. Oh, okay. See, you never know who's watching. Yeah, Cuban came in for a second. Cuban's a good story. He's a good story. Okay. Because I know a Mario, that's why. Anyway, I'm going to get off this. I love speaking to you guys. Hablamos mañana. Please be safe. Just be safe. Just be safe. Just be as positive as you can. Be patient. The weather's beautiful. Go for a walk. Go to the park. You can do things with your family. You can go hiking. You can travel. You can drive somewhere. You can go eat, you know, outside or delivery or whatever. But use your mask. Clean your hands. You know, like, act appropriate. It's not that serious to be out in the streets, literally in the streets, because that's what they're doing. Hanging in the streets. And with people that are hanging in the street, do you know what that is? Those are new cases, people. Those are new cases that are not even out yet. That's the funny thing. That's the fucked up thing too. And the Bronx is on top of the map. I was watching Como yesterday and the Bronx is on top of the map. Okay? And it's not the essential workers that he's talking about. And this is what is complex to him. How are people out helping people every single day, all day long, and they're not the cases, but the people that are home are the cases? What does that mean? So the essential workers case are not as high as the people that are home. Come on, people. Like, really? Because it ain't touching you, you think you don't got it? You don't know that. That's like when you're sexually active. Like, oh, I don't got HIV. Do you know that? You don't get symptoms. Do you know if you're infecting everybody or not? So take care of yourself. You know what I mean? So let's just calm down with the weather. There's going to be plenty of beautiful days. But it ain't the time to have, yeah, you need vitamin D and you need the sun. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why people are getting sick. That's why people are becoming more vulnerable. But if we want to get out of this situation, it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. And they're not trying to scare us. But I'm already saying that this year is going to probably be on a lockdown. Because to me, it makes no sense to let kids go into school on fall. To start it all over again. It doesn't make sense to open up the city in the summer so everybody can go crazy. They were doing a test run by opening Memorial Weekend, and a lot of the beaches got shut down. You know why? Because people were acting crazy without the beaches being open. So can you imagine? So you know what? It's our fault. Not personally anybody here, but it's our fault. And the shit is annoying to wear a mask and gloves. You think I want to do that? I don't even like going outside anymore. For what? To clean everything I just bought? To be in the heat with a mask, fogging up my glasses, like, you know, my shades. Like, it ain't fun. People looking in your eye because that's the only thing they can fucking see. That's annoying too. But we got to do what we got to do. So I'm done with the lecturing. You guys get in line. Thank you for everybody who joined us. I have some guests coming up next week that I'm working on, so stay tuned. Some good guests too. And thank you for joining me. I love you guys. Be safe. Stay positive. Have faith. If you don't have faith, find something you believe in. And te quiero mucho. Mwah. Get in line. Your girl's the essence. Buenas noches.